I'm Katrina Cotton for InvestmentPitch Media. Thanks for joining us today. Astra Exploration announced results of its Phase 2 drilling program at its Pampa Paciencia gold-silver project in Northern Chile, reporting an intersect of 9 meters averaging 4.5 grams per ton gold equivalent. The flagship 3,840 hectare road-accessible, low-sulphidation epithermal gold-silver project is located within an active mining district less than 15 kilometers from two major mines, Gorda and Spence, and 5 kilometers from the Faride mine in the Antofagasta region in northern Chile. Astra has completed property-wide mapping and sampling, geophysical surveys, and localized trenching, and in doing so has defined a vein boulder field over approximately 75% of the project area. The veins do not outcrop as the majority of the project area is covered by a thin layer of gravels and caliche, but the vein float can be used to identify areas of high prospectivity. The Phase 2 program, consisting of 3,976 meters of RC drilling in 15 holes, all placed in the North Zone target area, focused on testing the Paciencia vein system continuity and some magnetic targets. Drill results from the Paciencia vein system are thought to be analogous with the Ferride LSE mine, located 8 kilometers south of the Paciencia vein system and in proximity with the Cerro del Minador regional fault. 3 mineralized chutes have been discovered to date. The Paciencia Este chute is currently the largest, at approximately 400 meters along strike and approximately 170 meters vertical extension. The second chute is defined in the Paciencia Oeste vein, with a defined 200 meters of strike, open to the east, and 130 meters vertical extension. A third chute discovered in this Phase 2 program remains open in all directions, with mineralization starting at a depth of 200 meters below surface. Estimated true width of each chute is 10 to 15 meters. Similarities between Ferride and Pampa Paciencia, based on results from this program, confirm that the Paciencia vein system has the potential for multiple chutes of high-grade mineralization in a similar structural setting to Ferride. The Ferride mineralized system is hosted within several northwest to east-west veins, covering an area of 8 square kilometers. Mineralization is hosted within a total of 8 mineralized chutes, separated by northeast striking faults within a 2.2 kilometer long northwest striking structure. Historical reserves of 234,000 gold ounces at Ferride were cited following remapping of the project by Core in the 1990s. The magnetic targets that were drilled intersected veins with low or no precious metal grades. Anomalous mineralization was intersected in the Tormenta vein, a splay of the Paciencia vein system to the west, with at least 300 meters of strike length, with 11 meters at 0.22 grams per ton gold equivalent at the intersection with the Paciencia Oeste vein. These newly discovered veins are thick structures with an estimated true thickness of 20 meters in hole 46 and 5 meters in hole 55, with potential to host additional mineralized chutes. To date, Astra's drilling has focused on a small area of the project, demonstrating that linear magnetic low features, particularly those oriented northwest, southeast to east-west, have a high correlation with concealed vein structures. There is minimal vein outcrop in the project area, however, there is widespread epithermal mineralization in surface float samples across the entire project. Results from the Phase 2 program are shown in this table. Highlights include the discovery of a third chute of mineralization at depth in the Paciencia Oeste vein segment with 9 meters, averaging 4.5 grams per ton gold equivalent, including a high-grade zone with a 3-meter interval of 12.7 grams per ton gold equivalent. Brian Miller, CEO of Astra Exploration, has joined us today to discuss these results and the company's future plans. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you, Katrina. Good to be back reporting on some good results. So always happy to have those be the circumstances. Highlights of this program are that obviously we drilled some more high-grade mineralization at depth in some of the deeper holes. We've discovered our third high-grade mineralized chute So that's always encouraging. And in addition to that, it was over a fairly wide interval of mineralization at about 9 meters. And in addition to that, the structure itself at depth is still a thick structure. It's got good continuity. It's still open at depth as far as the structure goes. So all of those are highly encouraging and produce more evidence that supports our thesis that this is indeed a large epithermal system that is concealed by shallow cover. And I know over several of my interviews and reports, this has been an ongoing theme, but it's always nice to have the thesis which underpins the value proposition continue to be confirmed. So those are a couple of the most important parts of this drill program. Additionally, to date, we've outlined about 2 kilometers, just over 2 kilometers of vein strike. So the targeting method for discovering these veins seems to be working quite well. And so we're highly encouraged with the meters of vein strike that we've added with limited drilling. And our next steps are going to be further refining our drill targeting process. Like I said, right now we seem to be doing well with discovering these veins, and now it's a matter of refining this targeting process to where we target mineralization in these veins. So there's a lot of data to digest. We just got done with the second drill program that were pretty close back to back. So there's a lot of data to analyze and do an in-depth review on. So we'll be doing that over the next few months, and perhaps even some geophysical surveys that will help us better refine our targeting for the next program that we plan to do. Another important consideration, and I think we've mentioned this in our last news release, is the capital efficiency with which we've continued to operate. This drill program came in at an all-in cost of about $200 per meter Canadian. So drilling is still so far our most useful tool. And so far, our cost efficiencies have been exceptional. The team's done a great job with keeping on budget and maximizing investment dollars that we put into the ground. One other thing that's highly encouraging is that, as I mentioned, our targeting process for these veins has so far been very good. It's allowed us to discover veins with a very high degree of success. And the models that we use, everything, this points to a larger system, but the potential of this with every bit of emerging data is that there's, we're just scratching the surface with this, and there's potentially several kilometers of vein strike that exists undercover, because this entire project has very little to no outcropping. So, it really does have, scale potential in a big way.
Thank you, Brian. The shares, which begin trading on the TSX Venture Exchange on January 26, are currently trading at 16.5 cents. For more information on the company and its portfolio of properties in Chile, please visit the company's website, astra-exploration.com. Contact Brian Miller, CEO, at 604-428-0939, or by email at brian.miller@astra-exploration.com. For investor relations, please contact Nikki McKitchney, Manager of Investor Relations, Marketing and Business Development, at 416-209-4940, or by email at nikki.mckitchney@astra-exploration.com. I'm Katrina Cotton for InvestmentPitch Media.